We have to leave our premises. Whatever meeting is going on is at that door. You cannot be here.
About? This is
Who are you?
Access.
I'm over buildings and grounds. You cannot be here.
We're on a public sidewalk. This is literally...
This is private property.
This is public property.
This is private property.
Have you lost your mind?
Sir.
We're on public property, bro.
So what's going on? What are you guys doing?
We're on public property.
No,
and
this isn't public. This isn't public.
It's
Yes,
not
it is.
public
This is
property.
public.
They're having a public meeting, correct?
Yeah. How are you doing? You know this is public property, right?
I'm good. How are you doing?
You know this is public property, right? It's public property? What are you doing, definitely?
It's public property, so they have every right to be here.
Yeah, absolutely we have a right to
Is
be
it
here.
is it public property?
It is.
Oh, don't ever fucking lie to me.
Pretty embarrassing.
You just embarrassed your whole department. He looks good. You're gonna look like a buffoon. And that's all on you, babes. That's all on you, babes.
This is the infamous YouTuber Broken System, Broken Trust.
Walking in Team Tiff.
Is that the chief of police?
We're not in Dalton anymore.
Yeah.
Hello.
How's it going?
You guys township employees? We have to leave our premises. Whatever meeting is going on is at that door.
What are
You
you
cannot be
talking
here.
about? This is
Who are you?
public access.
I'm over buildings and grounds. You cannot be here.
You're
This is
over.
public access.
Pardon me?
This is public access.
This is not public access. You cannot.
Who told you
I'm
that?
asking you
Is
to
there a
leave.
sign?
Listen.
So you're
I'm not
asking?
gonna argue.
This
I don't
is a sidewalk.
Sir. I'm asking you to leave.
So you're not telling us to leave. You're asking.
I'm asking
Yeah,
you
you're asking
to
us.
leave.
Right.
Okay, but we're not doing
Please.
anything wrong.
You're not doing anything right either.
What are you talking about?
Sir.
What?
The First Amendment is a right.
Sir. Are you a
asked us-
are you a township resident?
I'll
Yes
ask
or no?
the
Are you
questions
a
around here.
Hold on, wait. Sir,
Are you on Team Tiff
I'm
or are
asking
you against Team
you
Tiff?
to leave.
I'm
the
asking you whose
premises.
side you're on. Team Tiff or against Team Tiff? You said you weren't telling us. We're on a public sidewalk. This is literally...
This is private property.
This is public property.
This is private property.
Have you lost your mind?
Sir.
Have you completely bumped your head?
Sir, I'm gonna tell you something.
I'm
I'm
gonna
a
tell you
disabled
something.
veteran with PTSD.
Good
You
for
are
you.
sending
That
me
doesn't
in a
mean
place
anything. I
that is
didn't
not
come to
good
you.
for me.
I
Well,
didn't
then
come
this
to you.
isn't the right job for you,
You
buddy.
told us.
Yeah,
Please, you came to us.
you drove
literally
over
got
here.
us.
We were
Okay,
minding
you're
our
walking
own
in Team
business.
Tiff right here. We want to make sure that access is clear for Team Tiff.
Hey, come over here.
What
We
is
got
the
a problem. and
You're the only
we need to
problem.
Get this thing right.
You're the only problem, dude.
All right.
You are the only problem. And then you said you're PTSD. I don't know what that means. Does that mean you're going to try to get violent with somebody? I mean, let's just be real. What does it mean that you're PTSD?
You're literally the groundskeeper trying to give orders?
What does it mean that you're PTSD and that we're going to trigger you or something? Are you trying to blame us for how you're going to react? That don't fly around here. You know what I mean? You're responsible for how you act. You chose to drive your truck over here. You chose to get far too close to any of us. And as far as I'm concerned, I would prefer to still practice social distancing so you could stay 6 to 10 feet away from me. Is that too much to ask?
I backed up.
I'll back up a little bit too, because I don't want this guy's PTSD to get triggered, because I don't know what that means. I don't know if he's got a weapon in his pocket that he's going to plan on pulling out a weapon and like shooting me. But he brought up the PTSD for a reason.
Is that even a government vehicle you're driving?
Or is that your personal vehicle?
It would have been easier if you had just read the Constitution before trying to do this, before you bumped your head on the First Amendment like you did.
That First Amendment will get you every time. When you try to be tyrannical about it.
The right of the people to peaceably assemble. Maybe you've heard of it.
Can you please keep your hands where we can see them? Keep your hands where we can see them at all times. You think I'm joking? And don't go reaching for anything either. Make sure you let them know that you have PTSD and that you made a veiled threat too. Make sure you tell them that. Make sure to tell them you made a veiled threat. Do you know what a veiled threat is? I mean, we were here for TIFF, but we were here to Team TIFF, but see you later. Adios. South Holland, all right. Hello, South Holland. It's Chavez. What's up, Chavez? Tell her the truth that you made a veiled threat. Tell her the truth that you made a veiled threat. Remember your PTSD? You made a veiled threat. Remember that? I think you want to go to jail for making threats. What's up? Long time no see.
I'll be honest with you, this is the first time I'm meeting you guys.
What's your name?
What's your name?
No, what's your name? I'll ask the questions around here.
Oh,
We're on public property, Rojas.
so what's going on? What are you guys doing?
We're on public property,
No,
and
this isn't public. This isn't public.
It's
Yes,
not
it is.
public
This is
property.
public.
They're having a public meeting, correct?
do you see a sign that says private property? This
So
is
why
anybody
are you guys harassing the gentleman
harassing.
over
No, he came up to us. We were just standing on the sidewalk talking amongst ourselves.
there? So why are you
And
guys
he
harassing
comes
him?
up to us.
Okay.
He came up to us. That's not harassing. Okay, he came up to us. As you can see, he double parks and then comes up to us telling us what we don't even know this guy from Adam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a public meeting going on here.
Okay.
Okay, there's a news truck right there.
Gotcha.
Do you see the
what I'm
news
saying?
truck?
This is a matter of great
Okay.
public
Do you see the
interest.
public meeting
All
that's
around
going on
this
in there?
building that you don't seem to realize is public property. Okay, the right of the people to assemble peaceably, the right of the people to press.
So why aren't you guys in there then?
I'll ask the questions.
No,
okay.
you're not. You're not
Yeah.
asking the question.
We don't have to be in
So
there.
Well, I don't
why
have-
put you guys inside in the meeting then if you guys are so curious about it.
We'll ask the questions around here, Rojas.
Are you a police officer?
No, I'm one of the people.
So then why are you asking me questions?
Because that's the power of the people.
Okay,
They
so
press
if you're
on
gonna
their
ask me
government.
questions, then I can ask you questions too, right?
Well, you're not going to get any answers.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
What's up? Oh yeah, we've met you before.
Welcome to public property.
Yeah, welcome to the public meeting that's going on.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, I like you better
We can-
already. What's your name?
We've met you before.
What's your name again?
What's up?
Reyes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you doing? You know this is public property, right?
I'm good. How are you doing?
You know this is public property, right? It's public property? Are you doing Devinant thing?
No, I'm not doing that.
I mean, it's an easy question. We all know it's public property, right?
You guys could look really good if you were just like, yeah, you have a right to be here, of course. You have a right to film. You have a right to peaceably assemble.
You have every right to film, for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay,
and the
perfect.
Right to be here too. This is public property. This isn't private property. This is literally the steps of City Hall.
Are you guys going to the meeting, or what are you doing?
We're doing whatever we want that's in the bounds of freedom.
I'm just talking.
Okay, we don't have to explain it.
Person.
You're trying to, but we don't have to tell you what we're doing. Right? So we don't have any ill will or intent, I'll tell you that right now.
Okay.
You know, we're just gathering content. We're just gathering content for a story. And this guy comes.
Listen, it's not going to work between us, okay?
I wouldn't want to.
Your job,
On the sidewalk over there.
it's not going to work
By
between
that
us.
tree. You know, I mean, you guys already know.
What's up? We brought more to the party.
They're saying it's public property, so they have every right to be here.
Yeah, absolutely, we have a right to.
Is
be
it
here.
is it public property?
It is.
Oh,
Okay, thank you.
why'd you lie to us?
Well,
Why did you lie to us?
no, hang on. Now there's two sides. Did they ask you to leave? That you're causing this disturbance?
No, we're not causing a disturbance.
Nobody's causing the disturbance.
Not doing anything.
That's the best bet. Bye bye.
Got motive.
Bye
I'm
bye.
asking you guys to leave too, because I'm gonna go talk to them and ask them why they don't want you here.
But you just said this is public property.
We have a right to assemble here.
He's coming back. You don't gotta.
No, we want to see what he's doing.
He said he's gonna go talk.
Yeah, that's called conspiring. Do you know what? Hey,
It's called
listen.
both sides of the story. Man.
Listen, life works better when we all conduct ourselves in a lawful manner. That includes you. Do you know what Section 241, Section 242, Title 18 of the Federal Code says?
Exactly.
Section 241 is conspiracy to deprive somebody of their rights.
But
Section 2...
You're saying they never asked you to leave. Did they ask you to leave?
Only this crazy guy that came up to us, and then he starts demanding us that we do stuff, telling us, yes, PTSD, giving us veiled threats. He did it on camera. So if you want a lawful society, go talk to him and ask him why he thinks it's okay to make lawful threats or veiled threats.
That's why he's asking him what's going on over there, and we came over here and spoke with you guys.
Yeah,
So,
awesome.
So there's no issue.
There's no issue.
Give us a second to talk to the other side.
I mean, other than a bunch of armed gunmen here, there's no issue.
Armed gunman.
You're an armed gunman, man. Come on. You don't know that you're
You don't have a FOID or a CCL. You could be armed too, man.
No, thank you.
Okay.
No, thank you. Violence doesn't solve anything.
I never
All it
said
does
vi-
is
I
make.
never
All it
said
does is
violence
make.
solved anything.
Yeah. Well.
It definitely doesn't.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. I'd like a serious answer.
Okay.
How much time do you spend on the shooting range?
I go to the shooting range a lot. I love the shooting
Okay. How often do you visit the law library?
range. The law library?
Yeah. When's the last time you went to the law library?
I read case law and a lot of things. I mean,
What's the latest case law that you looked up?
I mean, Pennsylvania v. Mims, Maryland v. Wilson,
Okay.
Terry v. Ohio.
Okay. Terry v. Ohio. Okay. What's
Graham
your?
versus Connor.
Okay. So what's your opinion on Terry v. Ohio? Now that we're talking about it.
What's my opinion on Terry v. Ohio?
I mean, you've been kind of cool. I got a problem with her, but you're cool, man.
What's your problem with her? She's cool too.
She lied to me.
About what?
She said that this wasn't public property. And I fucking know that to be false.
There's a public meeting here, right?
Right. So why would she come right out the gate with a bullshit lie?
Or maybe she thought that because they advised that they asked you guys to leave multiple times.
But that has nothing, but that doesn't change whether this is public property or private property, does it?
If you're disrupting, then
We were outside minding our own business. And then what do you think a protest is? A protest is loud, right? Are you going to arrest somebody for protesting?
Look, man, I don't have anything. I think everybody should be able to voice their side of the story, their opinions. I have no problem with people peacefully protesting and getting their side of the story.
Okay, so then if we were doing what they said, even if they were doing what you maybe jumped to the conclusion that we were doing, there would be nothing illegal or unlawful.
If you guys want to go inside of the meeting, I'll take you guys in there.
He said that the security guy said we couldn't go in there.
That was the building and grounds guy.
No, the security, no, we're talking about the security guy inside because we already tried that. We tried to attend the meeting.
Yeah, you said we had to go downstairs.
You can't be harassing people out here. That's why.
Who's harassing who?
You're being annoying to people.
He's the one that initiated contact with us.
Come on, I'll take you inside.
Okay.
I don't want to go inside.
Illinois 28, David Charles, 32471. David Charles, 32471.
What do you got, coffee?
From Randy Sound Road.
You know I'm not going to answer questions, right?
Then I'm not going to answer your questions.
Listen, this is where things break down. By your policies and procedures, I haven't read them yet, but I'm guessing that in your policies and procedures it says that you're supposed to be professional and courteous to the public, correct?
Professional?
Until you have a problem with me not wanting to answer your questions, then
I'm just asking if you like coffee or tea.
okay. Are you going to buy me a coffee?
I'm a tea person.
Are you going to buy me a coffee?
Who knows? You never know.
Hey. She can't buy me a coffee, though, because it's never going to work with me and her. We would fight like cats and dogs. You know what I mean? Like, she starts off lying to me, saying that this is private property. Didn't you say that? I mean, we got it on camera, so I'm going to double-check the camera, but I'm pretty...
Why are you asking me if you have your camera and you recorded everything?
Well, I mean, you know, like when...
Annoying. Why don't you guys just go? If you're not going to go in the meeting, what's the point of you hanging out in the parking lot?
Do you think a protest...
What's the point of hanging out in the parking lot if you're not going to go inside in the meeting?
What's the point of anybody being here? I mean, don't lie to me, though. Don't ever fucking lie to me.
Pretty embarrassing.
You just embarrassed your whole department. He looks good, you're gonna look like a buffoon. And that's all on you, babes. That's all on you, babes.
And that's at the basis of our legal system. It really is, you know, the idea that, well, we're all equal before the law, whatever the hell that means, and that you have intrinsic rights and necessary responsibilities is predicated on the idea that there's something about you that's so valuable that even the state has to keep its distance from you. And the reason for that isn't because you're so special, even though that is part of the reason. The reason isn't that. It's that if the state interferes too much with the individual, then the state itself collapses. And that's true, because the individual is the force that renews the state. And so the state should stay the hell away from the individual, because otherwise it collapses. The reason that I'm a defender, let's say, of free speech isn't because I'm a defender of free speech. It's because I know full well that you have a divine obligation to speak your truth in the world so that potential transforms itself into the order that is good, and that no one has the right to interfere with that. Period.